Meet Emily on a dream trip through Europe with her friends. From the majestic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the historic streets of Rome, every moment is magical. But disaster strikes. Emily drops her phone, thinking she's lost all her precious photos and videos. Panic sets in. Then she remembers GotBackup. Every memory is safely stored in the cloud. Emily gets a new phone, logs into GotBackup, and there they are. Every photo, every video, every memory perfectly intact. Thanks to GotBackup, Emily's adventure is truly unforgettable.
It's not amazing, guys. And this is exactly what we want to talk to you about. In fact, we had some friends that just went to Greece and got so excited that their phone became a portal for all their computers and pictures, and everything was available. So first of all, we want to welcome you. My name is Chris. I'm going to be presenting with my beautiful wife here, Tammy. And tonight we have very special guests. We have Yeve Therien and Yeve Therien, which are the founder and owners of GotBackup, GBO. And we're really excited about what's coming, folks. There's a lot of excitement. A lot of things are happening. And I don't want to steal their thunder. They're going to share this with you. At this point, Joel and Yeve, did you guys want to say a quick hello before we begin?
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah. Well, hello, everyone. I'm personally very excited to be invited to this webinar. So thank you so much, Christian and Tammy, for inviting me. And good evening, good morning, good afternoon for everyone who is joining us right now.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's always nice to be here, guys. I will be getting back to regular webinars myself the past 6 months. Thanks to Chris and Tammy, it gave me a lot of time to work with the dev team and really hone in on some really amazing things that we're going to be showing to you on Saturday. So Chris and Tammy, thank you very much for the invite. And so they're going to do their presentation. Eve and I are going to stick around so that we can tell you a little bit more about what's coming on Saturday and answer any questions that some of you might have. So thank you, Chris and Tammy.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And we'll keep you guys here in the background. And just to make sure we can interact together. Here we go. Here's the presentation. And first of all, Mayor Paul from Ottawa, welcome. MC from Texas, great to see you here. We have Bakshi from Bangladesh. We have Donald, great to see you here. Michelle from Ohio. And we have James, great to see you here. And Joe, great to see you. And Michael, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. And I know that many of you are going to be joining us as we are presenting here this evening. Folks, listen, Tammy and I are really excited about GotBackup. The future is so bright. So Tammy, if you want to kind of very quickly kind of share with everybody, how do we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, well, Joel is a very good friend of ours. We actually met Yeve just a couple years ago, and it's such an honor to work with the both of you. But we've known Joel for many years. And yeah, we're aging ourselves, kids growing up. He watched us grow a business in the international markets through the network marketing space. And Joel, he'll tell you his story, but really building out on the online world. And so he contacted Chris and I. We were actually in Mexico, so when we landed, we got the message, and Chris connected back to Joel, and he was telling us about this project that he launched called GotBackup, which you're going to hear about this evening. And after he was finished, we're like, oh my gosh, we're in. We were so excited, and because we know the value of the product that you're going to learn about, but timing is absolutely critical. And it's truly a global business and very affordable. That was another big thing that really caught our attention. It's an affordable business that anybody can do. And so we just got started, and we haven't stopped. It's been two years and a few months in, and we're building globally and having a blast.
Absolutely. And folks, one of the reasons we're so excited about this is Tammy is absolutely correct. Technology is something that's coming of age, especially in our business, in the environment of network marketing. And it makes so much sense. And because we've built friendship from all over the world, we saw where family can be empowered by a global opportunity. We truly mean global here, folks. We'll talk about that a little later. We saw potential for massive growth. We saw an opportunity for people to really turn their dreams into reality. From left to right, you can see the pictures here where this family is kind of showing off that set of keys because they moved into a brand new home because the family is expanding. Or What about traveling where you want to opposed to where you can afford to? What about adding new family members? We understand the cost of living today has changed quite a bit here, folks. And what about retirement? We know that, things have changed, investments have changed, and maybe having an opportunity where you can start feeding in to this pool to be able to live the life that you want to live as you retire, opposed to live that you have to live. This could be an absolute wonderful venture for you. So again, we saw an opportunity where families can be empowered. Are you in agreement, Tammy?
Yeah, for sure. And that's one thing that Chris and I love the fact that we're really aligned with Joel and Yeve, because our passion is about helping people. And if we can help as many people as we can to add an extra income stream so that they can do whatever they desire to do in life, I think we've all done a great thing. So yeah, we're super excited about being part of this project. Absolutely.
Joel, because you're here, and obviously, Yeve, you're here, I'd love for you guys to tap into all of this. Maybe you can share a little bit about the conception of GotBackup, how it all started, and for the audience here to get a feel for how it all began and where.
Sure, absolutely. It came out of personal tragedy, unfortunately, but a lot of good things come out of, keeping your head high. So I was getting on a cruise ship. For those who don't know, about 13 years ago. And when you get on a cruise ship, you're supposed to give your luggage to a porter. They put the luggage into your room. They do that for you because they want you drinking and partying and spending your money as fast as you can. And I had my laptop bag with me. I remember distinctly, like it was yesterday, it's like, I think I want to hang on to this. And I'm like, you know what? It's Carnival Cruise Lines. They're pretty well known and stuff. So anyway, I gave it over. Long story short, my laptop bag never arrived in my room. It got stolen by somebody. I don't know who. And the unfortunate part was I always believed in backup. So back then I had my external hard drive and my laptop. The unfortunate part is my external hard drive and my laptop was in my laptop bag. So anyway, unfortunately, I lost over 40 to 50,000 pictures and videos of my kids growing up. And that was a big part of something that I really enjoyed doing. I always envisioned capturing so many moments that I could play at their weddings and all that kind of stuff. So I sat in my cabin, literally in tears, not quite on the first day, because the first day went by, I went to security. They said, oh, give us one more day. I'm sure we'll find your bag, that kind of stuff. They never found it. And I remember thinking, it's like, man, I have a data center filled with data, filled with space to put data into. It's a very secure data center. Why am I not just putting everything into our data center? And that's how GotBackup was born. And, it sounds like a story that doesn't happen to many, but I mean, every 43 seconds, a laptop is stolen. People break their phones all the time. And so backup has gone from being something of luxury to something of complete necessity. So that's how it was born. And I don't know if there's anything you want to say, Yeve, on your perspective.
Yeah, I just want to say I didn't really have, although I did have a similar story about losing, but not pictures but when I was in college, we're talking about years. Oh my goodness, it makes me feel old now. But when I was in college, right, when I was still a teenager. And so my first education was related to the aircraft engineering. Okay. So after 4 years, studying, I had to prepare my it said to support my diploma, I had to prepare some work. And we are talking about it's not just putting some words together, it's some formulas, it's some, counting, it's some. So I worked on that 2 months, okay? And of course, that would never cross my mind that my PC, and the size of PC was back then, like, a huge PC would crash. And after it crashed, I discovered that there was nothing, like I couldn't retrieve any document that I was working like 2 months. So that put a lot of stress, lots of sleepless nights, so I could catch up. So what I'm trying to say, if there was back then a product like GotBackup, I probably would avoid all that stress, unnecessary stress. And another one, so you would think, oh, why wouldn't you back up to the external drive? Well, I do have external drive, and I have like a memories of, oh boy, of 10 years there, and it's 6 terabytes, ironically. But guess what? After a few years, I do have 3 or 4 PCs max. None of them recognize it. So my point is, they get deteriorated, if I can say so. So now new machines just don't recognize. So even though the data is still there, I cannot retrieve it. So yeah, it's hard drives in the past, and I'm just thankful for the product we are having right now. Yeah,
I totally agree 100%. In fact, we want to fall into those global trends. There's two trends that we want to talk about here today. The very first one, Tammy, why don't we touch on this one?
Yeah. So bottom line is everybody's got devices worldwide, and everybody's filling up their devices. So people are frustrated, because we are in a paperless world, and our devices are getting filled up quicker and quicker and quicker. And Chris is going to share a little bit of some stats. I think that was the big eye opener for me. I didn't realize how big this trend would be. And when we saw that, I said, oh my gosh, Chris, we have to be part of this.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, what Joel was sharing and Yeve was sharing, it's such a common problem. That's the reason why we started with the video with Emily, who dropped her phone, and because she had GotBackup, she got a new phone and she installed the app, and boom, all her pictures were there. This is exactly what we're talking about. If you look at the stats here, even though it's 2023, look at the growth from 2011 to 2023 here, folks, from 6% to 60%. This is traffic. Now let's talk about revenues here, folks. Now, again, you want to be part of a trend where you want to be ahead of the trend. Folks, we are still years ahead of the trend right now. Size of cloud storage, folks, market worldwide from 2022 to 2030. 22, it was $90 billion in revenue, folks. In 2030, close to $500 billion. If it's a time to build GotBackup, it's right now. Right now, position yourself and take advantage of the early stages. What if you had an opportunity to buy Bitcoin in 2014, and let's say you decide to put $100? Do you know you'd be a millionaire? So what if you put $1,000? I mean, it'll be multiple times. Do you understand what I'm telling you here, folks? Trends are absolutely massive, and one of the main reasons is our cell phone addiction.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all on our devices. There's some percentages here of people using their devices, but everybody carries it. Even the younger generation, we always say they're attached to our hip. If we leave our device at home or we can't find it, we get all confused and we have to go find it, right? Because everything is on there. Everything that you can do is available on your devices. So, and like I said,
I just wanted to add to that, Tammy. You are so right. It's no longer just a phone. It's your mini computer. Your data is there, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, if I do leave the house without my phone, I sure will turn around and get it from home. It feels it's your life there.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. And by the way, folks, there are multiple presentations that are taking place around the week in multiple languages. So please make sure that you connect with your leadership, part of their group, Telegram group, WhatsApp group, Facebook Messenger group. So you're in tune with what's going on. Tonight, it's an English presentation, just so you guys don't feel offended if you happen to be speaking Spanish or different languages. Tonight is an English presentation. But folks, back to the presentation here. Data loss is a growing concern. You heard Joel's story. You heard Yeve's story. Tammy and I also have some stories about losing data, right? In fact, I have an external drive that I took out. It's over there, and it's been going on forever. And suddenly, whoop, the drive is not responded. But right now, who cares? Because everything is on the cloud. But the point here, folks, you see, if I didn't have that, I'd be struggling to try to retrieve the data. See, it's amazing that 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phone or lost their data. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds. This is absolutely real. Here's another message that I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah. You know what I love? I love connecting with my friends and, just talking to people, because it's such an easy conversation to talk about GotBackup, because everybody's phones are full. Everybody's devices are full. They said, I can't do anything on my computer. I can't even update my computer because I have no more space. So it is a concern out there in the marketplace. And that's why GotBackup is such a huge service for people, benefit value. Joel, honestly, when you first shared it with us, I was blown away on how much how much you give in value for data.
Oh yeah,
just
we'll
blew
touch
me
on
away.
that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, my 83-year-old mother, to my surprise, she says, "Son, I'm getting these messages. I know, no, I know you're in the cloud storage business because my brother basically told her, and she's, can you set me up? You know, this is really what's happening." And folks, the second global trend is making more money. We are in a changing economy here, folks, and GotBackup. And this is why, stay to the end, because we're going to talk to you about the upcoming event that's coming on Saturday. Eve and Joel will talk about this. Really important. Folks, listen, 42% of Americans have side businesses, 62% of Gen Z. These are our children between 18 and 25. What about the rest of the world here, folks? What are they looking for? That's why this industry is so, it's just so massive and growing very fast. You can leverage these two global trends with GotBackup. That's what we want to talk about. Maybe Joel and Eve, you guys can talk a little bit about our product and just get the audience here to get a feel for what we have here for our consumers.
Sure. Love to. So less $10 a month, guys. It's actually $9.97, but we'll call it $10 is what makes us very unique. Not only are we unique in the network marketing space where there's no other company in a trend like this is with cloud storage, but we're also very unique in the amount of value that we give. Typically in network marketing, things are usually a little bit more expensive. With us, because it's a digital product and there's a lot of profit in software development, folks, if you go and upgrade at Google Drive, or you upgrade at iCloud or some other Android device, for $10 a month, you're going to get 2 terabytes of space for yourself. That's it. What we did for the same price point, instead of 2 terabytes of space, we give you 3 times the amount. We give you 6 terabytes. Now we realize most people individually don't need that much space. So we said, well, why don't we allow people to create 5 extra sub accounts or 6 accounts total, so that not only are you backing up all your stuff, maybe your wife or your husband is, maybe your children are. As an example, I'm pretty much an empty nester except for my stepson with Eve. All my kids use the product, but they don't live with me anymore. So when you break it down, comes out to about $2.50 per user for 1.5 to 2 terabytes of space. So it's the value is unmatched. And then the other thing that's really cool too is, OneDrive is Microsoft and Microsoft only. iCloud is Mac and Mac only. Yes. Our software is completely cross-platform. It doesn't matter if it's Android or iPhone or Mac or Windows, doesn't matter. We can back up anything and everything. So people, that is the unique selling proposition, guys. Lead with the product first, then the opportunity. Because people always say, wait a minute, Joel, just so I'm clear, for less than $10 a month, me and 5 other family members or business colleagues can back up every single device that we have to the cloud, plus collaborate and share. And we're like, yeah, absolutely. They're like, no brainer, sign me up.
That's absolutely
That was us.
Absolutely. And folks, you're probably saying, well, yeah, and Joel touched on this. iCloud, yes, of course, if you buy an iPhone, by default, you get an iCloud and you have the free version. And the fact is, you don't really need to pay for the upgraded version if you have GotBackup, because all the heavy lifting could be put it on the cloud of GotBackup. And you just kind of save your settings on your phone that is there by default. Dropbox, it took them 7 years to get into momentum. And they have over 700 million users, folks. Now, they're not paying you for this. They just happen to be at the time in a blue ocean where they were kind of the only guys around. But now you have GotBackup that not only have 6 terabytes for the price of 2, but they're providing you an income opportunity. We'll touch on that briefly, which is amazing. And then, of course, you have Google Drive. Again, same thing. You can have a free version for the basic things if you have an Android phone, but then all the heavy lifting could be utilized with GotBackup. These are the monthly. You're looking at about $10 a month, folks. And this is something that maybe some of you haven't really picked up on, but you're not attached to a device. It could be a PC. It could be a Mac. It could be an iPhone. It could be an Android. You can even have a Unix system. Whatever it is, as long as you're connected on the cloud, you just kind of upload your stuff. Here are the yearly packages. We're just shy of $100 a year. Folks, not a month, a year. Our industry is double that every month. That's a standard we call auto ship, which is very standard here, folks. This is the benefit when you're dealing with technology. It's inexpensive, and it's a service that everyone needs. Now, iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive, don't quote me on the exact amount because things could have changed a bit, but we're definitely a lot more cost effective. And it goes way beyond a cloud storage, and we'll touch on that briefly. So maybe, Tammy, you just want to summarize what we have here.
Yeah, so 6 terabytes of storage for $9.97, or you can a month, or you can decide to pay yearly. We're going to share that with you, and that includes up to 6 accounts. You can use any device, and we have a video that is available tonight. We didn't share it, but it is available that talks about the security, and you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. I don't know anybody who would take the time to set up, which is such an easy process. We won't show the videos tonight, but it is an easy process to set up your backup. And once that's there, nobody's going to go off that to pay more, the same amount basically for less storage. And they don't have the benefits of adding 6 people. So it's such a no-brainer to be part of this.
I'm telling you, folks, absolutely amazing.
Go ahead, Yeve. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to add to what's also I find it's good. So if you really want to give one of the accounts to your kids or to your close friend, but because 6 terabytes is for all accounts, you really can set how much storage you want to give for that account. If your daughter or son is only like 500 gigabytes or 1 terabyte, you can set it. So it's not like this would be taken from your, like, you can still keep as much as you want for your own needs and divide whatever you want for the extra 5 accounts.
I love that feature because not everybody needs the same amount. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, 6 terabytes, it's most space that most people would ever need.
Mm-hmm.
And as we mentioned earlier, folks, this is a cloud storage that pays you. Making money with GotBackup is absolutely amazing. And Tammy, very quickly, why don't we touch briefly on how we earn with GotBackup?
Yeah, so I love the fact that there's 7 ways to earn. We're going to focus on the 3 highlighted because that's really the foundation of introducing people to the GotBackup project. And then Chris can just briefly share the bonuses towards the end as you start building. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short. So that's when you have somebody who wants to get started, and you get 200% upfront if they want to pay monthly. Most people pay yearly, and you can see you get 50% upfront if they pay yearly for their data storage, and 25% on the VIP. Something new and exciting is going to be launched on Saturday, so I have to keep my mouth shut because it's so exciting. So, and you can see the customer part, 25% ongoing. So we're just going to kind of do a very simple explanation on how this works. So if you had 20 people that wanted to get started, you get 200% up front if they become monthly purchasers. So $20 times 20 people, you get $400 in commission. But I mentioned that most people go yearly, right? So you get $50. So if you had everybody that went yearly, all the 20, you're making $1,000 in commission. What could you do right now if you had $1,000 in extra income? I know it's such a valuable thing. So if you had 20 customers, 25% ongoing, $2.50 times 20, and that's $50 ongoing every single month. And is there anything else you want to add to that? Anybody or?
I'm fine. I think Joel and Yeve are great. We'll let them share a little bit at the end because I know after this weekend it's going to be really exciting, folks. The second portion on the 7 ways to earn, this is really significant because as you begin, you get paid up front as people start. But then as people start compounding and getting started with GotBackup, not just people you bring in, but the people they bring in, you start getting what we call a residual, which becomes very attractive. And for this, I just want you to understand that the team commission is the fact that we have 2 teams, a left team and a right team. When you see indirect, that's someone above you that is sharing the same leg as you. Remember, you have only 2 places to put, either left or right. So if you have a third person to place, where do you have to put it? Well, only need one on the right or one on the left. That's going to happen a lot with people that are building their business. Understanding this, let's look at the cycle bonus. This is very cool. There's 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. And these tiers will depend on your rank. And we'll touch on that a little bit later. But here are the steps. Number 1, you need to remain active. If you back up, it's just like you're paying for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, whatever, right? As long as you pay for the service, you get the goods. Same thing here. But that also will activate you for you to start to be in position to earn your commissions. Number 2, to start qualifying is you need to enroll 1% on your left, 1% on your right. And I hope, Joel, I'm not putting you to sleep here. So from here, I'm just teasing you.
You saw that little yawn. I'm sorry, guys.
Trust me, I get that. Especially when you're up early dealing with the team.
Yeah.
I know the team in Ukraine is a different time zone. So, step number 2, folks, is you enroll 1 on the left, 1 on the right. This is what you need to do. If everybody does that, the compound effect of this becomes significant. And number 3, it's earn cycle bonus. This is what triggers a cycle. A cycle, it's when there are 6 people on your team. Either you bring in 6, or you brought in your 2, which combine to a total of 6 as they bring people, or people above you sharing the same leg, which happens often. So the moment the system sees there's 6 people in a ratio of 4-2, that means 4 on one side, 2 on the other, you get a cycle. The question is, how much is the cycle? It's based on the company's profitability. And also based on your rank. As I said, it's tier 1 and tier 2 is based on your rank, which is quite significant. My question to you here, folks, and feel free to put that in the chat. How many cycles do you want? Do the math, folks. It's really, really, really exciting. So number 3, folks, that's where it becomes very interesting. Look at these numbers here. Now, you have to be a Sapphire to qualify for this, and I'll share with you how simple it is to get there in a minute. But listen to this. Every time you introduce someone into GotBackup, every time, as they build their teams, you have the potential. When I say potential is when you become a Sapphire, you earn 25% from the cycle value that they received, that you receive as what we call a matching cycle. It's like a matching check, up to $1,000. Now, if you sponsor 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 50 people, do the math, folks. Now, look at this as this goes on the ladder here to go down to a black diamond, right? As a black diamond here, folks, you can earn up to $20,000 from someone's organization. Why is it moving to the right? Okay. So this is actually quite significant, right? So from there, there's also 4. Okay. I swear I'm not doing that. Okay. There's someone else in there.
You know what I think it is? I just turned on my Bluetooth mouse, and now it's acting all funky. So I'm going to I think it was my
I'm
mouse.
telling you, there's a ghost here. So what happening, folks? These are bonuses that will kick in as you grow your business. And it's so generous. And it's going to get better after this weekend. So you certainly want to be there. And maybe, Tammy, you want to simplify, just kind of share with folks, what do they need to do to be able to build this kind of business?
Yeah, and if there's one thing that we could share with all of you, in the 25 plus years that Chris and I have been in the network marketing business, the one thing that we've learned is if you keep it simple, everybody can duplicate. Mm-hmm. So this system is as simple as you can put it out there. It's you sign up. First of all, you get yourself positioned, and then you go get a couple people. And Chris showed you the 2-team structure, 1 left, 1 right, and then go out and do the same thing. It's an easy process because it's an affordable product and everybody uses it. And then the key is to duplicate. And everybody can do this. And that's why it doesn't matter if they got full-time jobs. Everybody can duplicate this 4-step system.
I totally agree. How do we get started?
$20. That's an annual fee. You decide how you want to get started. Most people, we got it highlighted, come annually because it save a couple months of payments, which everybody's looking for value today. And it's kind of that set and forget for 12 months. So you decide, and then we get you all set up on how to get started.
Understatement, folks. We're in 161 countries around the world out of 194 countries. Do you understand, folks, that eventually we'll be represented in every single market around the world? And as I mentioned, recognition, achievement is so important. Babies cry for it. Adults die for it, folks. This is the recognition. And this is where we got backup. You have these ranks. And I just want to briefly touch on some of them so you understand how do you increase your income with got backup. A bronze, you sponsor one person. As a copper, you do exactly what Tammy just told you. One on the left, one on the right. And as you duplicate that, then you become a silver because someone in your team, in your personal enrollment tree, became a copper. Boom, you become a silver. And you become a gold when you sponsor 5 people into your business, and 3 of those become copper, and it's a total of 25 people on your team. Now you're a gold. You're starting to increase the reach on the compensation plan. As a platinum, you remember I mentioned it was a tier 1 and tier 2? Well, tier 2 occurs when you're platinum. How does that work? Well, instead of 3 qualifiers, there are 4 that are qualified to become copper, and it's a total of 40 people on your team. As a sapphire, remember I mentioned that for you to earn matching cycle, you have to be a sapphire? Well, there's 5 people. Listen, these are people bringing 2 people. That's not the end of the world. And because of duplication, as long as there's 50 people on your team, now you start earning a matching cycle of every single person you bring in. As you move up to Emerald, Ruby, then you start reaching out, and the compensation plan opens up like a flower, and it gives you all these extra benefits. This is
such a wonderful comparison.
It really does. It really does. That's how it works. And it gets better and better and better. And maybe, Tammy, let's finish with the support before we pass it over to Yeve and Joel to talk about this coming weekend.
Yeah, so you have a personalized referral link. You have personalized landing page. You have an email marketing system that's built in. You've got marketing tools, regular online presentations that are being done right now in different languages around the world. The company presentation is on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. as you see. There's team trainings that are going on. There's a company training on Saturday that's going on. This Saturday happens to be a very special event, so you don't want to miss Saturday's event. Just click on the link that you were provided to tonight's session on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, and get to see all the new exciting things that are happening.
Folks, listen, as a summary here, it's a product that everyone needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business that everyone can afford. And what's really, really exciting here, folks, right now is I want Joel and Yeve to kind of share the importance for you to attend the event this coming Saturday, because this is going to be a milestone that's going to change everything for many, many of you. And it's very exciting. You don't want to miss that. Make sure that you click the notification button you see here. If I press notify me, you click on that, it's on. You'll get a notification immediately. Make sure that you put a thumbs up so the whole world knows about this. And again, just kind of just sit back with your coffee or your juice or your water and just enjoy the information that's going to be shared. So Yeve and Joel, I'm going to share that. I'm going to turn this over to you. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening and kind of share a little bit of what's coming.
Thank you. Well, I will let Joel to explain it better. He's a good teacher. He says he's not, but he is. But just to emphasize how important, because when you're on a live webinar, whatever question you might have, this is the opportunity where you will get the answer right away. And any confusion or anything that you don't understand will be answered and explained. And it's going to be a very, very exciting webinar. So go ahead.
Thank you. Excellent webinar, Chris and Tammy. Thank you for the information there. You guys always do an amazing job. So this is something that we've been working on for a long time. One, first and foremost, some really, really, really much needed and really cool features coming into the cloud itself. So we'll be revealing that. But the other things that we're going to be revealing, guys, is what allowed me to build up to as much as 8 figures a year in business and $290 million over the past 25 years. Okay. So pay attention here for a second. So not only are we going to show you some amazing upgrades to the software itself, but how this kind of happened was over the past year and a half, the past 2 years, what's been now we do not here. Let me preface with this. We do not want you to take your focus off GotBackup, okay? But over the past couple of years, a lot of people don't know that we do a lot more than just GotBackup. We started in web hosting and web design. We started doing email marketing services. We started doing video streaming services. These are all much highly sought off services on the internet. So what's been happening over the past 2 years of GotBackup, just by osmosis and by default, a lot of people started to hear, hey, Joel, do you own GVO? I thought you just owned GotBackup. And what people didn't know is GVO, which stands for Global Virtual Opportunities, is just the parent company of GotBackup. But we do many other things. And what we found is a lot of the GotBackup members who found out that we do other things like video streaming and web hosting and all that kind of stuff, they're like, hey, I had no idea you guys could do that. And can you host my website? We're like, yeah, we can. Oh, you do video streaming. Oh, I have an account at Vimeo. Could I replace my account at Vimeo with your stuff? And we're like, yeah, you can do that. So we didn't talk about those other tools because, like Tammy said at the start of the call, the simpler, the better. Okay, the simpler, the better. And let's face it, everybody knows what backup is. You've got backup, right? People don't need to explain to me again, what is backup? What does backup mean? It's a self-evident word. Do you or do you not want to back up your devices? It's a very, very simple question with a very, very simple answer. Either you do or you don't want to. And more people are realizing that they want to back up their stuff. But what we're going to be revealing on Saturday, okay, so this is the important part. We're going to be introducing you to some of our new tools that we're going to give to you guys, okay, that you'll be able to give away for free, okay? Free trials of our different tools and so forth. And what that's going to do is it's going to generate you leads. Now, my success and my income is very predictable. One, because, we run a very solid company, but in the beginning stages of my internet marketing and network marketing career online, I came to realize one very important thing, which is very, very still true today, is when people come to your site or when you get to know people, you want to do what's called magnetic marketing. You want people coming to you. Nobody likes to go out and solicit people. Guys, the nice part of what I do, aside from Chris and Tammy, which took me 3 weeks to decide whether I was going to tell them about GotBackup or not, I have not made a single phone call. I have not solicited a single person despite running a multi-million-dollar business. And that comes by offering free tools to people in exchange for their name, their email address, and their phone number, okay? Which is some of what we're going to be revealing to you today, on Saturday. So we're going to show you all the new features of the software, but you're going to get access to other tools that are automatic lead generation tools. So as an example, let me just share my screen here for a second, guys. Give me a moment. Entire screen. Okay, that's not my screen. That's somebody else's screen. Okay, here's my screen here, I believe. Nope. There we go. So you guys see my screen. So here's so one of the tools that you're going to get free access to, okay, is something called Memory Place. So let me take you there now just for a second. Okay. Memory Place is a software, so you'll have your own affiliate link to this. And if somebody's got a wedding, a birthday party, graduation, any significant event, they can go and collect all the photos and videos that people take at that event. Okay. So how it works is, let's say my daughter's getting married and there's 300 people at the wedding. We just go and create a QR code. People then scan that QR code. Okay. And then they can upload all their pictures and videos to a Memory Place event for that wedding. And then what happens after is they're invited, hey, do you want to know when all these wonderful pictures from all these guests go live on the internet? Put in your name and email address. And what that does, guys, and I'm going to show you something here. I haven't touched Memory Place in about 8 months, okay? 8 months. Look at the amount of, this is just my, just so you guys can see that this is truly live in my inbox, okay? Let me just go to my inbox. Oh, good. Some more people just signed up. That's wonderful. But if I put in the subject line here, okay, it takes a while. Look at this, 100 leads today, 51 leads the day before, another 100 leads here, another 100 leads here. So if we look at just September, just under 500 leads have been generated for me personally, and I didn't have to do a damn thing. How many people here would like to, and let me know, get 500 leads passively every single month just by allowing people to create a memory place link? Pretty attractive, right? And as your list grows, guys, that's when it gets exciting. My personal email list over the past, 20 years is about 1.2 million people, okay? It's a very, very large engaged email list, okay? I don't email them every day, but I email them often. That is such predictable income, guys. So that is just one tool out of 4 other tools that we're going to present to you on Saturday as lead generation systems to help you build your GotBackup business, okay? Now, I was talking to Chris today and telling him, one thing where these fine individuals, Chris and Tammy, really opened my eyes, is also getting back to grassroots network marketing, doing, literally events. Ghana is exploding thanks to Chris and Tammy and the other leadership there, like Dr. Koa, Dr. Dothi, Solomon, and many, many others, okay? So they're doing it just by having local events. But I tell you this, generating 500 leads a month for doing literally nothing is pretty awesome too, okay? So again, what I showed you there in real time is just one of many tools that you're going to get access to generate leads to build your GotBackup business. Now, that's why I said stay focused on GotBackup. It's generating you leads. Now, naturally, just like a lot of people came into GotBackup and bought our other tools because they're a little bit more tech savvy. Chris and Tammy have their website, Chris and Tammy. It's hosted by us. Chris and Tammy has a lead capture system on their website, which is going into our autoresponder, right? These are tools that are a little bit more advanced, just slightly, not a lot, but they're nice tools that you'll be able to give away to generate leads for your GotBackup business. Chris and Tammy, come on back up to the mic. And Yeve, does that make sense to everybody on what we're going to be presenting this weekend?
Well, it makes sense to me, absolutely. And I just wanted to add to that, Joel, because you mentioned they're slightly more techy, yes, maybe. But the good thing that, people will have a chance to test them, right? Before they start to either sell them or give away for free. And they will see how easy and each tool comes with explanation videos with how to use, and support is always there. And yeah, I'm personally very excited, and I was hoping you would because you mentioned wonderful events, local events in Ghana. In fact, we had a great, not we, but our Ghana customers, Dr. Koi, had a wonderful event just this past event, and we were surprised how many people just showed up for that event. In fact, they also used the memory place, so which for us, it's like, oh wow, this is such a handy tool for any type of event, not only promoting GotBackup, but anything and everything. So yeah, generating leads will be very, very easy, very easy.
Yeah, as an example, and then we'll have Chris and Tammy give their perspective. So we created when Dr. Koa did his event on the weekend, they had about 170 people show up, okay? And roughly 30% of them were members, 60 to 70% of them were guests. But what they did is they said, hey, if you're excited, just any pictures that you're taking here today, scan this QR code and upload it. Well, guess what? Of course, not every single guest joined. Many did, but it also generated 155 leads, because what they did is they uploaded their photos for the event itself. They put in their name in the email because naturally, out of curiosity, they want to see other pictures and videos from the other people that were there. And it's an amazing lead gen tool. And again, that's just one tool of 4 other tools, 5 tools total that we're going to show you on Saturday to help you build a much, much larger business and generate more commissions. Because why? Again, some people are naturally going to pay for those products because they love them. It's going to put more commissions into your pocket. Chris and Tammy, anything on your perspective of this?
I just wanted one more second, please. So not only like, because you mentioned that we are going to present new features related to GotBackup, I personally will want to present one feature that we're working on, because to our surprise, internal wallet, the one that we designed, I believe now 2 years ago, has been used so widely. So I want to show you something that we are working on, and hopefully it will be available to every single customer soon, that will help also to help your team grow, especially, you know, if you deal with many like teams where you see each other often and it's many cash involved. So yeah, I'm very excited for that too. And I just wanted to say that, you know, we always listen to our customers. We always see what they have to say, what they would want to see, what would help them to grow in our company. And we always try, maybe sometimes it's not that fast because we are so swamped, as Joel mentioned, we have so many tools to support, but we are trying our best to create what people need to be successful, because, you know, your success is our success. And as Tammy mentioned earlier, you know, for me, as I'm getting older, you know, I personally now love to give gifts, and I will just say why I mentioned it, to give gifts rather than receive gifts. And it's someone like Tammy mentioned that, you know, to help somebody, it really elevates you so much that if you help somebody, just one person, it makes me personally very, very happy, excited, like, you know, like as if it's my success, as if I, you know, helping somebody, it's in a way helping yourself too, right?
Absolutely. I just love this feedback, Yeve. Absolutely correct. And, you know, folks, look at this as going to a buffet where there's so many things that you can pick to eat this evening. And if you can't eat everything tonight, that's okay. You can come back another day and pick other things and focus on that. So what's happening is that there's going to be a meal for everyone, if you understand my meaning. And the memory place, folks, the reason why it's such a big deal is we know how powerful pictures are. That's why Instagram is founded upon. And of course, videos came out, but that's my point. Is this memory place is going to attract a lot of attention because you are sharing personal content in people's lives. And this is going to propel very quickly, that can really increase your leads, because every time they choose to upload something, they need to provide an email, and then suddenly they're a part of your leads. So again, folks, it's just amazing how this is coming together. And there's something we haven't touched about, which we'll touch on Saturday. That's why you do not want to miss this. You absolutely want to make sure you hit the notification button, hit the like button over here. Let me refresh you, see if anybody else have done anything. Yeah, I think some of you might have done it. Just click that little thumbs up here to make sure that the whole world knows about it. Because what's going to happen is you'll have an increased commission. There'll be some options, and everything we have now is not going to change. Everything we have now is remaining as it is. But if you want to earn more, then you can choose to get the premium. And there's lots of great things. I don't want to say anymore, Joel, because I know that it's going to be shared on Saturday. But that is so exciting. I don't know, Tammy, if you want to add anything else to this.
I just can't wait for everybody to see what's going to be shared on Saturday. Obviously, we know about it, and we've used the tools, and we benefited from the tools, and there's going to be more that they're going to be sharing, which is super exciting. So yeah, you definitely want to show up live, and also make sure that all of your members, team members, are on Saturday session, because nothing greater than showing up an event that gives tons of value, because everybody, they get on fire. As Chris always says, you know, it's events is like rocket fuel for your business. But if you show up alone, it's a one person fuel, right? But when you make sure that the team members are there, oh my gosh, it's going to be powerful.
That's the power of our industry.
Yeah, well, one thing I just want to mention, sorry guys, I want to mention as well, because we've seen this in our help desk a little bit, is people are also worried in today's world, you know, Joel, as a business opportunity, will this go away with AI? As AI advances, will this go away? And here's the one, even Gary Vaynerchuk said this, The one safe business moving, because AI will replace a lot of jobs. There's no doubt about it. But the one thing it can never replace is intellectual property. It cannot replace your memories. It cannot replace your videos. Sure, you could go and do an artificial video of me, but it's still really not a memory of me because it's not me, right? So that's the other cool thing too, guys, is you've got a business model here that will sustain through all the changes, because the one things that don't change is people's data. Their intellectual property, which is their data, is very, very important to them. Not just their pictures and videos, but their contracts, their PowerPoints, everything that they have is very, very important. That is immune proof to artificial intelligence. Okay, guys. So it's a business that's going to continue to grow. As Chris mentioned, and Tammy, it's at the beginning of a trend. It's not the end of a trend. It's going to go to $500 million. $500 billion in the coming years. And after that to trillions of dollars. So yes, very excited to present these new tools to you guys to help you grow your business even more. It's going to generate more commissions because naturally some people will buy our other products and services at the same time. And so I'm super, super excited. We've put months and months and months of thought and work into this, guys, and we know you're just going to absolutely love it. So yes, reach out to your downline today, tomorrow, make sure they're on the call, because it's just going to benefit all of you more and more and more. So no last words from me. Thank you, Chris and Tammy, for everything that you do. Thank you to my beautiful wife. Thank you, Yeve, for all your hard work as well. And we'll see you guys on Saturday. Any last words from any of you guys?
Yeah, the only thing I want to mention, folks, is for those of you that might be concerned about how do I know, how do I do, the how-tos show up on their Saturday sessions, because what we'll do in the future Saturdays as everything gets rolled out, we're going to be picking a subject of the menu that I talked about, and we'll explain, we'll show you, and everything's going to be there. And the good news, it's everything we do is recorded, so you'll have a video you can go back to. You can share this with your team, and you will learn. So please do not worry about the how-tos. We will walk you through all of that. So Yeve and Joel, thank you so much for attending. Tammy, always love presenting with my beautiful wife too. Tammy, the last words you want to end this with?
Show up Saturday. We're excited.
I just wanted to thank everyone. I really loved your analogies about buffet, about flour, and that's just emphasize that, yes, you guys just join Chris and Tammy, because they will explain everything in the beautiful analogy like flowers and buffets that everyone understands the concept. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to everyone, to Tammy, Chris, my lovely husband, and I hope to see you all just in a few days.
Not hope. We will see you in 2 days.
Yeah, we will see you.
That's right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Care.
Bye for now.
Bye, everybody. Bye for now. Take care.